On ATN. I'm your host, Amin Dillon, and tonight I'm at the private advanced screening of two short films, Nobody and Blackbox Shadow. Now, both films are written by and star Indo-Canadian actress Fanula Giovanni, and I had a chance to speak with the actress before the screening to find out a little bit more about her journey in making these films come alive. Here is what she has to say. All right, Fanula Giovanni is joining me, of course, actress, writer, producer, you do everything. So we just saw two of your short films. So first of all, congratulations. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's so exciting to finally get the films out there being shared and to hear the audience's reaction. It was a beautiful shared experience tonight.
Is this the first time that you've shown this outside of your, I guess, closest friends and family? Is this the first time?
Actually, no. The only ones I've seen it is just us co-producer, director, editor, and composer. That's it. But no one else has seen it. Not even
Perfect.
Family, nobody. No, the cast, nobody. This is the first time.
Nobody, I like it. Speaking of Nobody, your first short film that we saw was Nobody. And then the other one is Blackbox Shadow. So it's kind of nice you have the back-to-back films there. Both of them are very different. Talk to us a little bit about the process in getting them made. You know, you spoke a little bit, and I know we've interviewed you before when you won an award. ATN was there. And congratulations, of course, for that. You've talked about how you felt, because of personal circumstances that you were going to leave the industry, and then these films kind of came to be. So talk to us about the whole process and journey in making these films come alive.
Well, as you know, I've been doing theater for such a long time, and when the film came along, I'm with the actor union, and I thought, how am I going to do it? They have a program called an actor co-op, and so you can do low-budget productions. So what I basically use a lot of my skill sets from all the theatrical concert productions, and I use that into here. But now I had to collect a team of entire cast and crew in the film and entertainment industry. And I tell you, it was just like through one referral to another referral to another referral. And with the cast, I had seen some of the cast work before, and so I had approached them, and we saw some demo reels, and that's how we got pretty much the whole entire team together.
Fantastic. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to show clips, obviously, of the film, if you'll share them with us, to our viewers. But I want you to explain in your own words what both films are about.
So Nobody basically is, it's a story about a South Asian but a Muslim North American woman, and she's en route to her engagement party. And as she's en route, as you see in the films, there's a lot of that banter with the family as they're preparing. But there's something always like something just always have felt like, is this it? Is this what my life's about to be? So she's got projecting her future, everything. A homeless woman, a saintly homeless woman catches her eye, and something completely shifts and changes. And it's related to my experience, because that's what happened to me when I first went to India, and with the master, something just completely changed. My whole inner climate changed. And so it's a bit of that kind of brought into it. And after she meets her several times, she just looks at life in a whole new way. And as grace would have it, you get picked up, and you look at life more beautifully, and really from the place of the inner realm of who we are, as opposed to all the outer and exterior. So that's Nobody. And also wanted to add one more thing, is that it's not only about like being a somebody, that wanting to do the next thing, attaining things, but things will come as you see naturally with me. The minute I stopped looking for anything, these films just started to flow in. Blackbox Shadow is another story about a man, and he's blind, and he's partially deaf, and he's a flute player, but he's already transcended this whole personal realm. And anytime when people come into his orbit, his field, they start to just kind of themselves have more clarity and peace, because we're so busy in our minds, and sometimes we need to be at that right place at that right time just to gain the clarity, to be illuminated from within. And all of a sudden, whatever your personal problems are, seems to have like a space, and you know what to do next, and it just like, okay, and it just flows. So you see 5 different people in their walks of life all being transported into and being liberated from their busy, chaotic minds into more clarity and peace.
Okay, so talk to us a little bit about, the message you want people, because this is the first time you're showing to people, and I know you put so much of your heart and soul into these projects, and you're always, somehow these films, I know when I watch them, I'm like, something inspired her to cause her to want to make the film as it came out. So, now you have a chance to talk to everybody. I'm sure you'll get some feedback, what they thought. What is it that you hope they leave this theater kind of feeling or understanding about the film?
Well, sometimes we all go through so many challenges and obstacles in life, many different ways, whether lose a job, a family member, or simply it could be just even that inner urge within that wants to kind of know itself more deeply. It's all consciousness, and the consciousness creates these opportunities for us. And so what I wanted to show in these two films, and yet the message is very similar, but yet they're very different in the way that they're told, is that it's almost like if we look at life in a way that is not just about the next thing, what to do this and how to do this, and we take a moment and we step back and we reflect on our life, all of a sudden, instantly, because that's by our design in nature, an answer will come, or that silence and that peace just illuminates, and that's truly who we are. So if that can be shared and shown and somehow it inspires, if it's just entertainment, then great too. I'm just compelled. I don't know what else to say. I'm compelled so deeply to do this now. I don't know how long it's going to go on for, but wherever is being expressed, I just follow it. That's how I live my life every morning. I'm just in gratitude, and every night, and I'm just allowing the dynamic expression, the God expression through me just to shine through. That's it. I just want to know who I am. Truth is in these films, and they're so simple, so simply said and expressed, and yet when we see our lives reflected on a screen, that's the moment sometimes we're like, wow, oh yes, okay, that's maybe something I was thinking or feeling, and it's shown, so it reflects back like a mirror to you.
This is Jeremy here, of course, at the premiere of Fanula's two films. Now, you just had a chance to check out the films for the first time, right? I want to know, what did you think?
I think Fanula has taken made a great choice in life to move into film. I've been following Fanula's career since the beginning, when she started off in theater. Then she said she's going to start making films. She's got 2 under her belt, and she's got another one coming out. So she showed me the film right when it was cut, actually. And she said, I want you to see it, and I want to hear what you have to say. When I saw Nobody, I loved it. I loved the message. I loved that it... since she's a veteran actress and been in the industry for a while, she knows her voice, and so that really comes out in that film. She knows exactly who she is and what she's trying to portray and what she wants you as the audience to feel from what she's saying. So I think she's a really bright career. In fact, I think it was so bright that I have a film festival called Filmy, and it happens the 25th through the 28th of September at the Carlton Cinema, and we're having the world premiere in front of the audience. This is a private event, and this is going to be in front of the world premiere at Filmy on the 26th of September, Friday, and Fanula and the whole cast will be there for Q&As afterwards, and I really wanted to be the one that launched her first film and be there for when she begins her career, because I think it's going to be a long one, for sure. And I want to be able to support her and her future endeavors, because I know there's a very bright future. She already had a successful theatrical career, so we know that if she takes that and moves that into film and producing it and writing it and directing it, she's a powerful woman, and we need to support powerful women like that. And so I'm really proud of her as not only a colleague, a friend, but as a fellow filmmaker. I just want her to succeed, and she gave Filmy the world premiere, and we're so honored and grateful. And on top of that, we also made her the artist in profile at Filmy, because we know that she's going to have she is a rising star, the Fen star. She is going to, she's going to be having films coming out every year. She already has her next 2 films slated, ready to go. And she's working with professionals, and she's approaching it the right way, and it's coming from the right spot and from her heart. So there's no doubt that it's unlimited. You can see by the crowd, and they loved it, that there's no limits to what she's going to be and do, and it's a local talent. So I think everyone should go check out Nobody whenever they can. World premiere at Filmy. Very proud of Fanula. Please check it out.
Okay, I know you love your movies. I know that's one other thing what we have in common.
Yeah.
So I want to know when you watched it, and I know you've seen it a couple of times now. Is there one particular moment in the film that you just love?
Yes. I love the moment when she makes her decisions in life. When she sees a fork in the road, because we all have a fork in the road. And she got rid of the struggle as a character of what decision she wanted to make, and at that crossroads she made a decision, and making a definitive decision in life, I think it's amazing and important, because we all have to do it. Everybody can embrace that, and that's my favorite moment, because I felt it, because I've been through it myself. And everyone has. So as soon as you connect with the audience on something that you share that emotion with, it's a no-brainer, right?
Dwight is joining me here at the premiere. Well, Dwight, you just saw both films. I have to ask you your thoughts.
Well, I'm very proud of Mrs. Giovanni. I think they're two lovely films, back-to-back, well shot, beautifully lit, very well acted, great stories. So, it shouldn't be a surprise to us all. So, no, very good work. Yeah, very good work.
Was there a particular moment in any of the films that you enjoyed the most?
Sure, yeah. In Nobody, there's a little bit there where you're removed from the actual scene, and then removed again, and then removed again via the wonderful work of magic. And I think that having that one moment in that film sets up you to be able to see where the film is coming from, as opposed to this is just a sweet little encounter between two people. No, you have to think about this a couple of times, and also it's shot in such a manner that it's fun. You're removed and you're back in. You're removed and you're back in. Nice film work. Yeah, no, I'm very happy.
Okay, so when you came in, I'm sure I know you know Fanula. I know you love movies, obviously. Did you have maybe any thoughts coming into the film premiere tonight? What you thought the films were going to be like, and then were you either right, or were you pleasantly surprised?
Well, I didn't know what the second film, Blackbox, was going to be about, but I thought it was a very, very neat little piece of character work. Everybody's really interesting. The allegory, the point of the film is made subtly in a kind of a way. I wasn't expecting such a positive.
But I want to talk about the fact that, we were both here when Fanula got her award. I think that was only a couple months ago. May, time flies. And you know what, I've had a chance to see her career. I know you've been following her career, and we've seen her grow as a young woman in the industry. So just talk to us a little bit about that. When you look at her, you look at the next generation of filmmakers coming out, especially the local talent here, right? What are your thoughts? Do you think we're still giving a lot of support for people that want to make their version of Nobody come alive?
Well, this is a very complicated subject, because over the 40 years that I've been doing this, I've seen funding for artists just be decimated, so that we're into crowdsourcing and Indiegogo and any kind of support that you can find, whatever. So from my wife's point of view, Kale, this was a glorious opportunity right now, because it has liberated the camera, so to speak, is so small. It's liberated women to tell their stories without having to go through the paternal, male-dominated acting couch, or whatever you want to call it. But there are barriers there. There's no doubt about it. There are lots of people who are breaking those barriers down now. So it's really important that these kind of projects get continually funded.